Welcome to MindSpark Daily. Today, we're exploring how China became the undisputable leader in global manufacturing and exporting of goods. Be sure to watch until the end to find out how China is evolving and how that evolution is impacting the world as we have known it. So, let's begin. What if I told you that in just 40 years, one country transformed from an agrarian backwater into the world's factory floor, dominating industries from electronics to electric vehicles? This is not a sci-fi story. This is the real story of China's meteoric rise as a global manufacturing superpower, a transformation so profound it has reshaped the global economy. Stick around, because in this video, we are diving deep into how China pulled off this economic miracle and what it means for the future of the world. In 1978, China's economy was barely on the map. Over 80% of the population lived in rural areas, and the country's manufacturing output was minuscule compared to Western nations. Factories were state-owned, inefficient, and stuck in a centrally planned system that discouraged innovation and productivity. But then came a turning point: Deng Xiaoping's economic reforms. With a simple yet revolutionary slogan, reform and opening up, Deng initiated one of the most ambitious economic overhauls in modern history. In the 1980s and 90s, China launched special economic zones, SEZs, in places like Shenzhen, where tax incentives and minimal regulations attracted foreign companies and investment. Factories began sprouting up near ports, cities industrialized rapidly, and millions of rural workers moved to urban centers in search of jobs. By the early 2000s, China's labor force had become its most valuable asset: large, young, and affordable. MindSpark, by 2005, wages in Chinese manufacturing were roughly 5% of what they were in the US, making China incredibly attractive for global brands. A key milestone came in 2001 when China joined the World Trade Organization. This opened global markets to Chinese goods and brought foreign expertise into Chinese factories. Exports surged. In just 5 years, China became the world's third largest trading nation. It was not just about textiles or toys anymore. China was rapidly climbing the value chain. By 2010, China surpassed Germany and the US to become the world's largest exporter of goods. Behind this manufacturing boom was a massive investment in infrastructure. China built the world's largest high-speed rail network, thousands of kilometers of highways, and dozens of megaports. The port of Shanghai is now the busiest container port in the world. This logistical efficiency gave China a competitive edge that few could match. Goods could move from factory to ship in record time, lowering costs and boosting reliability. While many still think of China as a land of cheap labor, the truth is more complex. Today, China is a tech giant. Initiatives like Made in China 2025 are designed to boost domestic innovation in high-tech fields like semiconductors, AI, robotics, aerospace, and green energy. Interesting fact: in 2023, China filed more international patents than any other country, over 70,000 applications, signaling a clear shift from imitation to innovation. Companies like Huawei, BYD, and Xiaomi are now global competitors, not just contract manufacturers. Platforms like Alibaba, JD.com, and Pinduoduo revolutionized how Chinese businesses connect with consumers and international buyers. These e-commerce giants made it easier for manufacturers to access global markets directly. Paired with advanced logistics, smart factories, and digital payment systems, China has built one of the most agile supply chains in the world. Of course, China's rise has not been without challenges. Rising wages, trade tensions with the US, and growing environmental concerns are forcing the country to rethink its industrial model. China is now focusing on automation, green manufacturing, and upskilling its workforce to remain competitive in a changing world. And globally, countries like Vietnam, India, and Mexico are emerging as alternative manufacturing hubs, adding complexity to the global supply chain. So, where does this leave us? China is now a critical pillar of the global economy. Whether you are buying a smartphone, a solar panel, or a car battery, chances are it was made, or at least assembled, in China. Its continued evolution will shape the next era of globalization. With its growing emphasis on innovation, sustainability, and resilience, China is likely to remain a dominant force in manufacturing, but not without facing serious competition and transformation. China's journey from rice paddies to robotic assembly lines is one of the most remarkable economic transformations in history. It is a story of vision, policy, and sheer scale, and it is not over yet. What do you think the future holds for China's role in global manufacturing? Will it continue to lead, or will new players take the spotlight? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. We would love to hear your take. And if you found this deep dive interesting, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you do not miss our upcoming video on India's economic rise and what it means for the next global shift. Thanks for watching, and we will see you in the next video.